Children need to play.
Just being able to run and play and climb and jump, and he can do all that here.
We really do see that as critical for children's development in the brain.
G-R-E-E-S.
She has so many capabilities to do more, see more, and learn more.
Okay, you guys roll it.
Parents, caregivers are critical first teachers, and it's important that we allow them to have an environment that will support the child's learning.
And every program we do does focus on some area of your child's development.
Children learn how the world works and how they work in the world when they play.
I think the main thing he's learned is that there's so much out there for him.
See the turtle on the log? I've been a part of the Family Focus program for about 4 years now, since Riley was 6 months. As a new mom, I just really wanted my daughter to have the best chance at being successful.
It's such a treat because we really needed something like this, and it's just great that he doesn't have to be excluded from these experiences.
He's so excited, like, okay, let's go museum, let's go museum. That's the spirit I see in him.
As parents, we all want the best for our kids. That's why families enroll in the program, because they want the best for their kids and their families.
Brain development starts early. That synapses and formation is occurring within the first 3 years. So we as pediatricians are very much concerned about how children are stimulated during those early years and the environment that they find themselves in. The Family Focus program definitely brings the opportunity to families to say, here's something you can do.
Part of the program highlights how play, both at the museum and at home, supports a child's early development. And we're going to preview several areas of development and how play supports that.
There's so much here to do, and it's so exciting that she just can't contain herself.
So general knowledge is what children learn through their experiences, and cognition is that process of how they take that information and remember it and use it.
This environment offers a lot of opportunities for children to use their creativity, imagination, and think through what is the things that I want to learn.
Children are naturally curious, and both here at the museum and at home, it's important to provide opportunities for children to investigate and feed that curiosity.
The other thing is that you let them learn at their own pace, that you do not try to say, now it's time to stop this and go to another activity. You give them the opportunity to regulate how fast they go.
So I let him choose, like, what do you want to build today? And he might say, I want to build a pirate ship. Then I'll let him ask questions like, okay, we have a pirate ship, so what color you want to choose for your ship?
A parent who directs a child's play does not allow a child to explore, to express, to sort of see what's out there, to learn.
You know, just letting him kind of explore something on his own and figure it out a little bit on his own has been one thing that I've learned.
One of the ways that I'm engaged with her is eye contact and sitting next to her and playing alongside with her, asking her questions, you know, about what it is that she's trying to sort through.
Is something small or is it big? Is it flat or is it round? Is it rough or it's smooth? And active play helps children understand those concepts. Active learning, hands-on learning is how children learn. And learning can be messy, and that's okay. It's important for us to share with our children that it's okay to make mistakes, because that's how we all learn.
And so parents and caregivers play a critical role in supporting and prompting their learning.
I think when he's here, he definitely comes away feeling like, wow, I did something new today. He'll probably come home saying something new.
Language development and communication is a child's ability to understand language and communicate their needs as well, and it's both verbal and nonverbal.
In the different stations, she's using different language, and so she's learned how to talk with the puppets and have a conversation and be very creative, all the way through picking up the telephone and having a conversation with the person who's answering. That's really helping to expand her vocabulary and also her language.
You want to go play with the apples?
I encourage from birth, parents should talk to children. For example, if saying what parts of the face, saying where's the nose, where's the lips, where's the mouth, where's the eyes, and naming those parts as they point them out to the children is quite important.
It's very important to ask open-ended questions. What that means is not questions that have a simple yes or no answer. Ask questions that children have to explain, to share. What are they doing? What are they thinking? What would they like to accomplish? As you're building something, talk about what you're building with. What are they thinking about making? That conversation is critical for laying that foundation for early language and literacy skills.
I feel like he's really starting to learn that now, just hearing other kids talk. He's learned the word mine now because he's picked that up from some friends. And so he's like, yeah, some things are mine, some things are other people's.
Sometimes we pick up a book and read something and he just uses his fingers to point out the sentences.
When we talk about literacy, it's much more than reading to your child at bedtime. That's very important, but it's much more than that. For children to develop their literacy skills, there are really 6 things that we can help our children with. One is print motivation, which is getting your child excited to read and be excited about books. And you're a role model. Your child sees you reading, they're going to be more excited to read. Narrative skills, the ability to relate. What happened? Tell a story. Phonological awareness, that's a mouthful. But when we talk about phonological awareness, that's a child's ability to pick up distinct sounds that are found in language. Alphabet knowledge. It's not enough for your child just to be able to recite the alphabet. They have to be able to understand that each letter has its own shape and its own sound. Now, enriched vocabulary is helping a child put names to everything, lots of things.
We think of literacy as many times we think of it as reading and comprehension, but numeral literacy is also important because that's a way of life. I think it's paying attention to the opportunities, or parents paying attention to when there's opportunities for them to reinforce numbers and literacy in numbers. You want them to problem solve and come up with ways that assure that you see that they're thinking and processing.
Where can we put that one, George?
It's so great to bring him here because he, wakes up ready to go, ready to be active. He's really physical.
Health and physical development, part of that is an adult helping a child understand their body and their needs, what they need to do to be safe, eating, sleeping, dressing, using the bathroom.
It's knowing more about what to anticipate for your child. When should you anticipate your child walk? What do you do about different foods? What's going on when it comes to safety of your children? So those are things that I think the museum can support.
What else is healthy?
We have a PlayStation out there like how to choose your meal, healthy meal. So then he asked me, Mom, what is a healthy meal? Then I have to explain like a lot of fruits and veggies.
Large muscles of the body, also known as gross motor development. You want to be physically active. So things you can do, pushing a grocery cart, carrying a laundry basket, even cleaning together. Things like buttoning a coat, tying shoelaces, holding a pencil, those are all critical for developing those fine motor skills and really for school readiness. When children are physically active, it's not just good for their bodies, but it's also good for their brains. When children are physically active, the brains are more receptive to learning and they remember what they learned longer.
Here at the Betty Brennan Museum, there has been a focus on health and wellness, and we have definitely taken that and brought it home. Nap time. That's the best part sometimes.
My focus is how to get him more socialized, how to handle the emotions. So that's the main thing for me.
Another area is emotional and social development, and that really focuses on relationships. It begins at birth and lasts a lifetime.
Right now he's a stay-at-home baby, so every chance we have to get him out and around other kids to see what they're doing is just really ideal for him.
She's learning how to have patience and wait her turn, which is a great thing for everyone to learn, and then also how to interact with different kids. And she's exploring new people and she's meeting new friends.
We want bright, intellectual children who really move forward in life to become productive adults. We must pay attention to their social social-emotional environments that we put them in.
It teaches her that there's a balance to sharing, please and thank yous, and just know that, you know, the world sort of doesn't revolve around one person, but we all share the space together.
It's important to acknowledge our children's feelings, and equally important is helping our children name those feelings. We also need to model how to express those feelings so that a 2-year-old who gets very upset and wants to throw something, by giving them words to express themselves, that we help them learn to act more appropriately. Certainly for younger children, distraction and redirection are two things that you'll come back to again and again.
Us communicating and speaking more about why we feel the way we feel can really help her understand why, you know, she may feel this way. This program has definitely, I would say, enhanced her ability to be extremely vocal and expressive. Singing, dancing, reading, that is something that she likes to continue at home, so that's really awesome, and I have to give kudos to the Betty Bear Museum for allowing her to just be, you know, herself.
Is it too big or too small?
It's too big and far.
Every activity is a learning skill for a child.
Every child learns in their own way. How we learn best will influence how we work with our children.
He's kind of a thinker. He'll grab two things and think, how can I put these together?
When you provide opportunities for your child, it's finding a balance. If something is too familiar, they're going to be bored and not want to explore it further. If something is too complicated, they're going to become frustrated and then not want to experiment with it either.
One of the main things I've learned a lot about Riley from visiting the museum has been she is extremely assertive and independent in whatever it is that she's after. We've learned how to take the proper course of action when she's very set in what it is that she wants to do.
Imagination and pretend play is so critical because it helps the young person or the child get more brain development in that area.
Allow your child to try to work through what challenges they're facing and talk to them. It helps support a child's self-confidence, their ability to know what to do. The process is just as important as the final product. So how a child uses art materials, for example, is much more important than the masterpiece they come up with at the end. Provide opportunities for your child to explore new experiences and experiment, and support them that when it doesn't work the first time, let them know that's okay, because that's how we all learn.
The Family Focus Program is a jewel in this community. I think it gets back to when we say that it takes a village. And it does take a village to raise children, and Betty Bear Children's Museum is a part of that village.
Family Focus is an awesome program if you want to have a very happy kid, and if you want yourself to be happy.
You know, I feel like I did something really good for him, almost like a really good meal, you know, and so I always feel great when I leave here with him, and so does he. He loves it here.
It has given me such a great feeling to know that my daughter, she is going to be successful. That feels amazing. I don't even think amazing is enough. It's just a wonderful feeling as a parent that you can provide something like this for your children.